Hello, YouTubers. It's Dina Swanson, aka Kitty Girl, and I thought I would do a video on my planners. In the past, I've always been a planner girl. I didn't know that's what we were called, planner girls. At any rate, I've always kept one planner, and I started out with this classic size of the Happy Planner, and then I grew to this larger one, and I toted this one around all year long for last year for 2017. As I started doing some more research on having multiple planners, I decided it made more sense to do that. So that's what I'm doing now. So I am going to go from one planner to four planners, and so it sounds like it's not that uncommon. I'm just glad that I kept all of my planners from the past so I didn't have to rebuy everything. And so, because what I did buy this year for inserts and stuff on sale at Michael's, I spent quite a bit still. So I'm glad that I kept the outside covers and the rings and so forth. So it's just a few things less that I had to buy. So if you're contemplating on getting rid of it, maybe hold on to it. I guess is where I'm going with that. So, to start, this is the classic planner, the Happy Planner, and what I decided to do, I changed the cover on it. I had some covers that I had in the past, so I went ahead and changed it to what I originally had, and this is going to be my weight loss journey, my inspirational, my habit tracker. This has my portable vision board that I showed in a previous video. So these are all the things that I want to focus on. And then I think I'm going to add to it. I'm just going to totally just clutter it up. So that's what I'm going to do. And then, yeah, so the one thing that's kind of cool is I found these little inserts here. So I can do weekly meal plan as well. So I can kind of put that in there. And I love this because I could just take this out and do a grocery list. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was one of the things that I found. I don't know that I'm going to decorate this a lot. I wanted to keep it pretty functional for the weight loss journey. Obviously, you can tell there's nothing happening this week because it's my first week in my Whole30 program, and I'm not going to the gym this week. I'm resting this week, and then I'm going to start full on, full swing starting Monday. So, anyways, that's it. I don't have the full year in here. I just wanted to kind of keep it not so thick. So that's going to stay at home, and that's, like I said, that's going to be my inspirational goal setting planner. This is the one that I used for 2017. I was toting it around all year long. And what I've decided now to use this for is for my home planner. So this will also stay at home. This will be the shared planner that I use with my husband. And so that way I can go in and plug in, my events where I'm going to be, and then he could do the same. I tend to be more the social butterfly of our family, and so I tend to do things like seeing a planner party. So I go to the local craft store and I do a planner party the last Friday of every month. So this is what this is going to be. Also, I teased him and I says, if I were to get hit by a bus, you wouldn't know where our bills need to go, how much our bills are, and so forth. We have separate bills, but the ones that I take care of, I don't know that he would know where to go. I think it would be like a past due before he realizes I need to get that paid type of thing. I know it's hard to think about something like that happening to a family, but um, it definitely can. And the same thing with him. Um, I wouldn't know where to pay his bills and so forth. So that's going to go in here as well. And he was kind of teasing. He says, "Well, I don't know that we want to leave our account numbers and things like that out in the open. If we were to, if somebody was to break in," I says, "if they want to pay our bills, let them." So, it's your everyday bills, your utility bills, car payment, mortgage payment, and so forth. So that's all going to go in here. So we're going to see how that works out. That's going to remain on the dining room table. Another planner, like I said, I went from a one planner girl to a four planner girl. So this one's going to be my work planner. I meet with vendors at work, and so I want this to be very very classy, very professional. As you can tell, there's not a lot in here. I might stick a couple of decorative things in here a little bit later, but for now, this is the way it's going to be. I want to be able to put my vendors' business cards in here. I want to be able to put my business cards in here, and this is going to be very, very, just very simple. Some little notes, some little jot downs. Um, Here's my little shaker that I did create at my local craft store. I thought that kind of blended in with it. So that's the only thing that's creative in this book. So that's going to be this super simple. Thank goodness for Michael's. Their big 60% off their planners and accessories. Even though I had some of this stuff already on hand, I still spent quite a bit. So thank goodness. I appreciated that. So while I was sitting in planner party, there was a couple of ladies that had these awesome looking boxes. They're craft boxes or craft color. And I'm like, okay, what's in that? And so she opened it up and she let me paw through everything. And I'm like, oh my God, this stuff is so pretty. And it was Planner Society. So I have never heard of Planner Girls until I joined the Facebook forum. And that's pretty cool. It was pretty awesome. So I'm like, okay, I've got to subscribe to this because it came with vellum. It seems like you can hardly find any decorative vellum in the craft stores anymore. It had decorative acetate, and then plus all these beautiful little die cuts or ephemera. So pretty cool. And I think I watched a couple of YouTube channels, and they actually scrapbook with them. I can see me making cards with it. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a lot of excess. And it's funny because the girls, they had brought the box there and they didn't use any of it, and they basically told me, they said, I have a hard time using my kits because they're so pretty. So I am going to say I'm not going to do that. If I'm not going to use it in the planner, I'm going to try to incorporate it into card making or some sort of paper crafting, maybe even in my junk journals. We'll see. So at any rate, I decided to join Planner Society. I think it was like $30, which included shipping. And yeah, so because I joined in December, I was able to get the November's kit, which is very Christmassy, so I'm leaving that one alone. I will save that for this December. I don't know that I'm going to change out my dashboards every month. It's a lot of work for me. So because I think I put a little too much thought into it. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I'm just new. And so I'm a beginner and I have to think everything out because I don't want to waste anything. I'm your person who has to follow the recipe to a T for the most part because I don't want to waste anything. So I'm getting better about it, but anywho, in the December kit came this B6. Everybody was just like, "Oh my God!" And yeah, oh my goodness, because this is awesome. This is so pretty. I thought this would carry me through for at least 6 months. I'm not one for switching in and out. I'm not going to do that. I might change some of the dashboards in the center if I get bored, or maybe I'll get another B6 for later on, and so forth. But anyways, Christy, I think Christy Tomlin, I think is her name. She basically sent this B6 as a Christmas gift for everybody, and I thought that was super cool. So, and it's really pretty. And so, what I decided to do with the December kit, I decided to use as much of it as I could, and I did. And so here it is. I'm going to do a flip through. I'm not going to talk about every little aspect of it. I just kind of want to show it because I'm pretty proud of it because I am a newbie to Planner Girl Society here. And I call it society because there's a huge group of people. So I'm new to them. So at any rate, I saw this beautiful little I love Jane Davenport, and I saw this charm and I thought, man, that looks really good with this particular planner. So I went ahead and bought it, and so I attached it. I'm not going to have a bunch of charms hanging off of it. I want to kind of keep the outside simple because this is going to go in my backpack, and backpack holds computer. So I want to keep things pretty simple so things aren't catching on things. Um, One of the things that included was this jeweled word called plan, or it says plan. So I decided to keep that on the outside because this is a planner, and so that made sense for me to put it there. And what I did, I know that I've seen tutorials where the ladies basically put a bunch of paper in here and made it super, super decorative. I thought it was beautiful, but I'm not gonna do it. I think this right here is about as decorative that I want to be. Um, Only because I think I'm gonna already have to fight with the stuff that's in here because I think it's gonna fall out. So we'll see. I love that she included these pockets, these see-through pockets. So I did take one of the cards that held some of the accessories. I did take that, and put it there, and then I just put some little die cuts in here. So I do like to fiddle with stuff. The one thing I love is the junk journals because I like to play with the paper and crinkle things and stuff. Obviously, nothing crinkles here, but so I do like to fiddle. So I thought that's perfect. That made sense to me. I did do some washi on the go. I learned this basically from doing pocket letters. So you always get samples, and so I decided to do a little sample using some of the leftover of the acetate from the December kit. And so I went ahead and put that in there, and then that way I have washi because washi obviously is very thick. So that's that. A long time ago, I had bought these covers. They're like sleeves to put little booklets and stuff in it. So I had those in my stash. I want to say probably many moons ago, maybe even like 10, 12 years ago. And so I remember I had them and I decided to use them. And so that's what these are. These are little folders. And so I cut my acetate up and then I put it inside to protect it because I can see myself using the acetate in a card later. Um, so at any rate, that's what I'm using is those plastic covers. And then I put the other jewel word here. It says hello. And I did incorporate the little tabs. Um, and this particular insert I got from, I think it's called Pineapple Printables. Really sorry. What I might do is go ahead and just put a link at the bottom of this, but it's called Pineapple Printables. I did purchase a few of those digital kits to incorporate in this book. This was gifted to me, so I didn't get it from any sort of subscription. I thought it was super cute. I want to make a few of those. So this is just basically my monthly. Um, and like I said, I'm not going to go through each one of these, like specifically. I'm not going to go into detail what each one of these are. Most of you that do planners are pretty aware of what the purpose is. And so my expense tracker, which I'm also, not only am I resetting diet wise for this month, I'm supposed to be resetting craft wise. And I think I was jonesing a little bit because today and the last 2 days, I definitely bought some craft supplies. So, oops, see if I can minimize that this month. And then I've got the list. This is actually a collaboration kit from Annie Planners that goes with this December kit. So I love it. It's really pretty. I like the subtle tones to it. And again, I'm using the die cuts in here. I wanted to use as much of the die cuts as possible to this kit because I think it's really pretty. I'm ready for spring already, so to me it's pretty fitting. And there's the close of that. And then I made a shaker. I saw a video on one of Christy's channels, on Christy's channel, where they basically had taken I think she had something similar to this folder that she got at Foxy something or other. Um, and so I decided to try it and see if my fuse tool would work, and it did. So I made this really pretty shaker. Um, the one thing I will say, I wish I would have secured some of the die cuts, like glued it down onto the paper, and that way it stayed still, so that way it wouldn't move around. So now I've got this big old white blob here and this one here, and it kind of gets stuck. But all right, lessons learned, right? And what I did was is I found a spreadsheet on a site a long time ago and I liked it. And so what I decided to do was minimize it to fit my B6. So this is, I do a lot, I shouldn't be showing addresses, sorry. Um, I freaked out, so I forgot where I was going with that. Anyways, I decided to minimize it so it'll fit the B6. And so this is where I'm going to keep my swaps. And then I just basically backed it up with some of the paper that came with the kit. And then I have the weekly. I decorated this up. And then I got so carried away with decorating, I forgot that I probably should have been coordinating the stickers with the the rest of the inserts. But oh well, it was fun to do. So I couldn't believe how much time it took me to do this. And so I went ahead and I decorated it up. So I wanted white space, so I'm not going to do every bit. I want to be able to have some room to write if I need to jot a note or something. And this is my birthday week, and so I decided to go all out. So that's that. I found a YouTube video on how to do the pen loops, so that's what I created for this one, so I can use the pen that came with the kit. Pretty simple to do. E6000 is the friend for sure. Um, so I did that. And then I had purchased a while ago at Joann's. It was on clearance, Teresa Collins and a couple of books. And so I am so glad I did. I wish I would have got a couple of more, but oh well. So that actually fit in here really well. So that's what I'm using. I've got one that I'm using for gratitude, and then I'm going to use another one for my craft ideas. I'm a huge paper crafter or just craft. I love to craft. And so these are going to be where I do my, what they're calling brain dumping or brainstorming. That's where this is going to go. And then the last one is going to be for costuming. So I want to kind of keep that separate. I don't do a lot of costuming anymore. So, superhero, Comic Con, that kind of thing. But that's where this is going to go. I'm going to kind of keep it separate. So that's it for there. And then again, this is just one of those folders that I had. I'm just going to leave that there just so I can protect it. I haven't put anything in this pocket. And then I utilized the flowers that came with the kit. And then these actually, I might have started out saying what I was doing with this, and I totally got sidetracked. But this is a vellum. What I ended up doing was I ran this through a laminator. Again, I got the idea off of one of Christie's channels, guest designers or something, and that's basically what I did. It's kind of flimsy. This particular laminate sheet, it's one of the old Xyron machines, but that's okay. I think I kind of like it that it's flimsy, so it's not so thick. I definitely don't need to add thickness to my book. I did wanted to just go over a couple of things. When I was in Target today, I did come across these notebooks. So this will fit the B6 is fine. And this is Marami, and it's a journal set, so it's just notebook paper. There's nothing fabulous like about it other than it's got lined notebook paper. So I just kind of want to let you guys know that I found these at Target. So and I think it was $6.99 for two. So I found those. And then another thing, the one thing I say last but not least earlier at the beginning of my videos because I'm not sure. I did see a couple of people kind of discuss why they have a wallet size one. I don't know that I would actually put money in it or anything, but I do like the concept of if I'm running to go get a bite to eat, while I'm at work, and I just take this with me. So that way, if I'm having a conversation with whoever I'm having lunch with, and they say, hey, why don't we go do this on this date? Then I have a little calendar with me that just fits in my pocket, and I can just go jot a quick note on it. And so I found this at Tuesday morning. So it's kind of amazing where you find these little planners because I didn't know they existed for the most part, other than what they have planners at Michael's. So, and I thought I don't know how I was going to utilize this, but I think what I'm going to do is I found these also at Target. I think these were about $5 or $6 too, and it came in three. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of holes and some eyelets, and then I'm going to go ahead and string some string on there, and then I'm going to do a little 2018 calendar and then have one of these in there. This is too big to fit in this pocket, so I've already tried that. So, and in that way I can just kind of carry that with me. So I love this. This is cute. And I think that's it. I know I kind of rambled for almost 20 minutes. Sorry about that. But I'm pretty excited. I probably won't do another planner video unless I learn this new technique and I want to kind of show you what I did. But I'm super, super excited for 2018, and I'm super, super excited for using this book. And it's kind of heavy, but I think it weighs about as much as that big one did. So, and that big one had a lot more stuff in it. So, anyway, that's it. Happy planning, everybody. Happy crafting, everybody. Thanks. Bye.